and we immediately entered into our first battle dome. So, challenge number 1 of many was picking the right medium. Was it painting, or maybe digital, or textile, like this Joji painting I made a while back ago out of perler beads? Isn't he gorgeous? Or maybe sketch, or maybe abstract, or maybe mosaic, or maybe them all, or maybe
2,000 years later.
Sorry about that, guys. I got a little bit too overwhelmed. But to not get stuck at this phase in the journey, I chose a medium that I'm not too comfortable with, but knew I could use to capture the depth and quality I was looking for this painting. Canvas. No, not that one, but this one. As much as I love painting, I felt I wouldn't be able to capture the intricacies I wanted with this design, as well as I wanted to get better with my digital drawing skills. I knew I wanted this painting to be big, but not too big, just in case I had to drag it along the concrete to the concert, but also not too small because I wanted it to feel personal wherever he decides to put it. After some major overthinking on my part, I chose a 16 by 20 sized canvas. And for you Procreate users out there, that is a 4,800 by 6,000 px sized canvas with a 300 DPI. Now, some of you may be wondering, well, why did she choose that size canvas? Because it checked all 3 boxes for me. 1, it was wide enough to provide enough surface area to work with. 2, not big enough to trigger my perfectionism. And 3, I feel like it was the perfect size for a painting you didn't ask for. Now on to the next battle dome. See, we're making progress. What in the world am I painting this man? See, I'm a fan, but I don't know him personally, so I can't go overboard. But I also want this painting to feel meaningful and nostalgic, like a ode to the past versions of himself. So, design 1 was this. I was obsessed with this design for a while, simply because it put all my favorite albums on one canvas with him in the center, but also tied into his new album, Pixelated Kisses, with the glitch effect. Which reminds me, how are all the Joji fans feeling about his new album, Pixelated Kisses? See, I've been listening to a song a day while I worked on this project, but I haven't taken the time out to actually listen to it. So let me know how you guys are feeling. I do peep that he is dropping new music with new artists every other day, but I like it. The high of this mock-up lasted about 3 days before I convinced myself to do something else. I felt like this design was too generic, too all over the place, and well, perfectionism started to hit. And after procrastinating for weeks on end, I decided it was time to get back to the drawing board. By this time, I grew fatigued with just the idea of a mock-up, but I knew if I didn't start now, I never would. So I picked up my pencil and went for my weekly doom scroll on Pinterest. Follow along. And as my mind wandered off into all the pretty colors on screen, I realized I had an idea that had been lingering in the back of my mindscape ever so quietly. What was the idea that was causing me such fatigue? Well, bokeh. I know. So simple looking, right? But the way my brain interpreted it made it a lot more complicated than what it needed to be. And also, full disclosure, I've never painted such a blurred and loose art form before. But since I had already settled on making this painting and my heart was fully determined to do so, we picked up our pen and paper and revisited the drawing board. And after saving some images from a classic Joji song, Slow Dancing in the Dark, of course, we were finally able to put pen to tablet. And with this glorious mock-up, the concept that has been bugging me for weeks on end finally came to life. Now let's grab our pencils, pens, tablets, and get started with the drawing process. Now, this process was fairly simple. With my mock-up nearby, I felt not only determined, but ready to tackle the journey ahead. I started out with laying out my grid lines, blocking out shadows and highlights, and working on a background layer first, as many YouTube videos showed. For this design, I wanted it to be loose and undefined, almost like fragments of lost memory trying to resurface. I knew earlier on that I didn't want a one-of-one rendition of the mock-up, and that was the tricky part, not overworking the piece and allowing it to speak for itself. Blending too much created this chaotically muddy portrait, and blending too little left certain areas feeling unfinished. I learned that it was easier to get proportions right and colors blocked in properly by keeping the canvas zoomed out, even at times going as far as to unfocus my own vision to see the halo certain colors and lights would cast. The beginning stages of this piece was all about me finding balance, and once that flow was created, I found this painting not only to be relaxing, but sort of meditative in a sense. I felt the pressure release from my shoulders and quickly found myself returning back to this piece, time and time again, eager to peel back its layer of beauty. And we finally got this. Next time, this will be in the hands of Joji. Thanks for watching.